What if I told you? In a small corner of Japan, men and women regularly live past 90, 100, even 110 years. And they don't just live longer, they live healthier, sharper, and happier lives. No, this isn't a fairy tale. It's a real-life phenomenon that scientists around the world have been studying for decades. And the shocking part? Their secret doesn't lie in expensive medicines, high-tech hospitals, or complicated treatments. It lies on their plates. Yes, the foods they eat every single day could hold the key to unlocking extra decades of life, not just for them, but for you too. So today, we'll uncover the 3 powerful foods Japanese seniors eat daily, and why they're linked to extraordinary longevity. Stay with me, because the third one will absolutely surprise you. Let's start with the big picture. Japan is home to more centenarians, people over the age of 100, than almost any other country in the world. Particularly Okinawa, an island in southern Japan, is famous for what researchers call the blue zone lifestyle. Now you might be thinking, how is this possible? Well, scientists believe it's a combination of factors: community support, physical activity, low stress. But food is at the very heart of it all. Unlike Western diets, which are often loaded with processed meats, sugar, and unhealthy fats, Japanese seniors grow up eating simple, natural, nutrient-rich foods. And here's the amazing part. These foods don't just keep their bodies strong, they protect their hearts, brains, and immune systems, making diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, and diabetes far less common. And among the many dishes, 3 foods stand out as daily staples. These are not rare superfoods. They are humble, everyday ingredients. Yet they work like secret medicine for longevity. Let's begin with the first daily food, miso soup. If you ever visit a Japanese household in the morning, you won't find bacon, sausages, or sugary cereals on the table. Instead, you'll see a warm bowl of miso soup. This isn't just comfort food. It's a nutritional powerhouse. What is miso? Miso is a traditional Japanese paste made from fermented soybeans, rice, or barley. When mixed with water or broth, it becomes a savory soup that's rich in flavor and nutrients. Why is it powerful? Fermentation fills miso with probiotics, the good bacteria that keep your gut healthy. And guess what? A healthy gut doesn't just improve digestion, it strengthens immunity, balances mood, and reduces inflammation throughout the body. Research findings. Studies show that people who regularly consume miso have lower risks of heart disease, certain cancers, and even stroke. Plus, the soup is usually light, low in calories, and packed with minerals like zinc, manganese, and copper, all vital for healthy aging. Now here's the fascinating part. Japanese seniors don't just sip miso soup occasionally. For many, it's a daily ritual, sometimes eaten multiple times a day. This consistency builds a foundation for long-term health. Imagine replacing your heavy, greasy breakfast with a light, nourishing soup that fuels your body without weighing it down. That's one of the keys to their longevity. If you walk through a Japanese market, you'll notice something fascinating. Stalls overflowing with different kinds of seaweed, nori, wakame, kombu. And here's the secret. For Japanese seniors, seaweed isn't an occasional snack. It's a daily habit. Nutritional treasure seaweed is one of the richest sources of iodine, essential for a healthy thyroid, which controls your metabolism and energy. But that's just the beginning. Seaweed is loaded with calcium, iron, magnesium, and vitamin K. In fact, gram for gram, seaweed often contains more nutrients than land vegetables. Heart and blood pressure protection studies show that seaweed can lower blood pressure, reduce cholesterol, and even help regulate blood sugar. This means fewer strokes, fewer heart attacks, and a longer, healthier life. Unique compound seaweed also contains fucoidins and carotenoids, rare plant compounds that fight inflammation and may even slow the growth of cancer cells. Western diets barely include these nutrients, but Japanese seniors consume them naturally, almost every day. How they eat it. In Japan, seaweed isn't treated like a rare delicacy. It's sprinkled over rice, wrapped around sushi, mixed into soups, and even served as salads. This daily casual use makes it one of the silent heroes of their diet. Here's a thought. Imagine replacing just one of your salty snacks with a small portion of dried seaweed. Over the years, that tiny swap could protect your heart, your brain, and maybe even add years to your life. When researchers studied Okinawa, the island famous for having one of the highest numbers of centenarians in the world, they found something shocking. For most of the 20th century, the staple food wasn't rice, it was sweet potatoes. Nutrient powerhouse purple and orange sweet potatoes are rich in beta-carotene, which your body turns into vitamin A, essential for vision, skin health, and immune defense. They're also loaded with fiber, keeping digestion smooth and blood sugar stable. Anti-aging compounds. Purple sweet potatoes, in particular, are packed with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that fight oxidative stress, protect brain cells, and may lower the risk of dementia. That's one reason Okinawan seniors stay mentally sharp well into their 90s and beyond. Low calories, high satiety. Unlike processed carbs, sweet potatoes are naturally filling, yet low in calories. Seniors in Okinawa traditionally ate them daily, sometimes making up 60% of their calories, without obesity, without diabetes, without heart disease. Why it matters. Think about it. In the West, we often replace hunger with bread, pasta, or sugary snacks. In Okinawa, they turned to sweet potatoes, and their bodies stayed lean, strong, and disease-free. Here's the key takeaway. Longevity isn't always about exotic superfoods. Sometimes it's about simple, humble staples eaten consistently over a lifetime. Now here's a hidden secret. It's not just the three foods. It's the way seniors in Japan eat them. Because food is more than fuel, it's culture. It's ritual, and it's balance. Hara hachi bu, eating until 80%, full in Okinawa. Seniors follow a simple rule passed down for generations. Hara hachi bu. It means stop eating when you're 80% full. This prevents overeating. It keeps weight stable naturally. It reduces strain on digestion and metabolism. Think about it. In the West, we often eat until we're stuffed. In Japan, they stop just before that point, leaving space for health, not just fullness. Variety on the plate. Instead of one giant portion, seniors enjoy small servings of many foods. A meal might include a bowl of miso soup, a side of seaweed salad, a piece of grilled fish, a handful of pickled vegetables, and, of course, sweet potatoes. This ensures diverse nutrients and avoids the risks of relying too heavily on one single food. 3. Seasonal eating. Japanese elders eat with the seasons. Seaweed in spring, sweet potatoes in autumn, fresh fish year-round. This naturally cycles nutrients, keeps food fresher, and connects them to nature's rhythm, something modern diets often ignore. 4. Meals as community rituals. Here's something science backs up. Seniors in Japan rarely eat alone. Meals are social, shared with family, friends, or neighbors. And loneliness, as research shows, can be as harmful to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So meals don't just nourish the body, but they nourish the soul. It's not magic. It's biology. The foods Japanese seniors eat daily, seaweed, sweet potatoes, fish, plus their mindful eating practices, all work together to fight the diseases that shorten life in other countries. Anti-inflammatory. Power chronic inflammation is called the silent fire behind heart disease, arthritis, Alzheimer's, and even cancer. Omega-3s in fish calm inflammation in arteries and the brain. Antioxidants in purple sweet potatoes extinguish free radicals before they damage cells. Seaweed compounds act like a natural defense shield, lowering inflammatory markers in the blood. Less inflammation, or fewer age-related diseases. Gut health and immunity. Did you know that 70% of your immune system lives in your gut? Seaweed is loaded with prebiotic fibers that feed good bacteria. A healthy microbiome strengthens immunity, regulates mood, and reduces risk of autoimmune diseases. This explains why seniors in Japan often have fewer infections and even stronger mental health. 3. Bone and joint protection. Falls and fractures are a leading cause of disability in seniors worldwide. But in Okinawa, broken hips are rare. Why? Calcium from seaweed and fish bones, vitamin D from fish and sun exposure, magnesium from sweet potatoes. Together they keep bones strong and joints flexible. 4. Brain and memory. Shield Alzheimer's and dementia rates are much lower in Japan. DHA from fish builds stronger brain cell membranes. Seaweed contains compounds shown to block beta-amyloid plaques, the sticky proteins linked to Alzheimer's. Sweet potatoes' antioxidants protect neurons from oxidative stress. Magine. While many seniors around the world struggle with memory loss, Japanese elders are still playing chess, gardening, and storytelling well into their 90s. 5. Heart longevity. The biggest killer worldwide is heart disease, but Japanese seniors beat the odds. Lower cholesterol thanks to seaweed and fish. Lower blood pressure thanks to potassium-rich sweet potatoes. Better circulation thanks to omega-3s. In fact, studies show Okinawans have some of the lowest rates of heart disease on the planet. 1. Natural movement. Not exercise. Unlike gyms and treadmills, seniors in Okinawa don't work out. They garden, they walk to markets, they kneel and stand dozens of times a day on tatami mats. These constant natural movements keep muscles strong and joints flexible without formal exercise. And this explains why 90-year-olds in Okinawa still squat down to plant vegetables or climb stairs with ease. 2. Community and connection. Loneliness is a silent killer, especially in old age. But in Okinawa, seniors belong to moai, lifelong social groups that meet regularly for food, tea, and conversation. These groups provide emotional support, financial help, and laughter. Studies show social connection can reduce the risk of early death by 50%. Imagine living in a place where you are never truly alone. That's Okinawa. 3. A sense of purpose. Ikigai. Perhaps the most powerful secret of all, every Okinawan elder has an ikigai, a reason to wake up in the morning. For one, it may be tending a garden. For another, teaching grandchildren traditional songs. For another, weaving baskets or sharing wisdom with the community. This sense of purpose lowers stress hormones, strengthens the immune system, and even reduces the risk of heart disease. 4. Mindful eating. Hara Hachibuwe touched on this earlier, but here's the deeper truth. Seniors stop eating at 80% full. This prevents overeating, reduces stress on digestion, and keeps body weight stable. Science now shows this practice is linked to lower rates of diabetes, obesity, and metabolic disease. 5. Positive mindset and low stress. Okinawan elders laugh often, pray daily, and practice gratitude. They see aging not as a curse but as a blessing, a chance to enjoy wisdom and family. Low stress, lower cortisol, stronger immune function. This optimism is not just cultural, it's biological medicine. 6. Nature and simplicity. Surrounded by clean air, sunlight, and green landscapes, seniors spend much of their day outdoors. Sunlight gives vitamin D, fresh air boosts lung health. Simple living avoids the toxic overload of processed foods and pollution common in cities. We've journeyed through Okinawa's gardens, kitchens, and community gatherings, and uncovered the foods and habits that help Japanese seniors live past 100. But here's the most important part: you don't have to live in Japan to enjoy these benefits. 1. Adopt the superfoods start, adding the Japanese longevity trio to your meals. Sweet potatoes, rich in fiber and antioxidants. Soy, tofu, miso, edamame, plant protein that protects the heart. Seaweed, minerals for thyroid, brain, and bones. Even one serving daily can make a big difference for seniors. 2. Practice arahachi-bu. Stop eating at 80% full. Listen to your body signals. This prevents weight gain, reduces strain on digestion, and keeps energy stable. 3. Move naturally. Every day, you don't need a gym membership. Walk short distances instead of driving. Do light gardening. Climb stairs. Stretch while cooking or cleaning. Small, consistent movements are the secret, not intense workouts. 4. Build your own moai, community. Call friends daily. Join a club, community center, or group activity. Share meals instead of eating alone. Remember, laughter and friendship protect the heart as much as medicine. 5. Find your ikigai, purpose. Ask yourself, what gives me joy? What makes me want to wake up in the morning? It could be gardening, teaching grandchildren, volunteering, or even starting a new hobby. And having purpose fuels mental and physical strength. 6. Keep stress low, stay joyful. Breathe deeply. Spend time in nature. Practice gratitude. And most importantly, smile often. A happy mind leads to a healthier body. 7. Final reflection. The people of Okinawa don't chase youth. They embrace aging with grace, purpose, and joy. And maybe that's the real secret. Longevity is not about avoiding death. It's about living so well that life itself feels longer. So tonight, when you sit down for dinner, add some colorful vegetables, take smaller portions, invite a loved one to join you, and eat slowly. Because every little change brings you closer to the Japanese way of long, joyful living. So, my friends, we've uncovered the secret foods, habits, and wisdom that allow Japanese seniors to live long, joyful lives. But now the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you try adding sweet potatoes or tofu to your meals? Will you slow down and eat until you're only 80% full? Or maybe, will you pick up the phone and share a meal with someone you love? Because remember, longevity is not just about years in your life. It's about life in your years. If you found even one lesson today that inspired you, please like this video so more people can discover these secrets. Comment below and tell me, which Japanese habit do you want to try first? The food, the lifestyle, or the community spirit? And don't forget to subscribe to this channel because next time, I'll be sharing more powerful longevity secrets from around the world, stories that will not only add years to your life, but life to your years. Until then, stay healthy, stay joyful, and remember, age is just a number when your spirit stays young.